Good afternoon. I am Nicole Holt, Director of School Operations and Student Experience and Support at the University, and I would like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. I would also like to thank the University of Salford Graduation Band. I'm sure you'll agree that their performance has really got our ceremony off to a great start. Therefore, could I ask you to join me in showing your appreciation for our amazing musicians? From the video you've just watched, you will see that your relationship with the university does not end today. In fact, it is only just beginning. You are now a member of a global alumni community of over 200,000 graduates. Salford graduates go on to achieve amazing things, making a difference in all walks of life, from politics, industry, the arts, scientific discovery, to serving our communities through the health service, in schools and in public service. We would love for you to keep in touch with us so that we can share on your life's journey and achievements, but also to ensure that you're up to date on the benefits and the services that are available to you as a member of our alumni network. As you cross the stage today, we'll be recording you, and you will receive an email from us in the next couple of days, inviting you to download the clip of yourself. It's just a little gift to say thank you for agreeing to let us stay in touch. Before the ceremony starts, I do have a few housekeeping notes to run through. So this year, instead of shaking the hand of the presiding officer, you will nod as you cross the stage. You don't need your hat, just a simple nod as you come across. Can I also ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony as a courtesy to other guests? That said, I think we've all noticed the weather is extremely warm today, so if anyone does feel uncomfortable and need to go out for a break at any time, please go out and do so. Finally, may I ask that you would all kindly ensure that your mobile phones are switched off or to silent for the duration of the proceedings. The ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I declare this congregation open to present awards of the University of Salford.
Graduands and distinguished guests, please welcome Professor Alan Walker, Dean of the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology.
Chancellor, family members, friends and fellow staff, graduands, it is such a real pleasure to be here, to welcome you in person and to play a part in this very special occasion. It's a day of celebration for you graduands to receive your degrees in front of family and friends, and for us as part of the wider academic community to recognise your achievements. I want to thank you, family and friends, for the support and encouragement you've provided your loved ones while confronting the difficulties associated with the pandemic. It's not an exaggeration to say that the last 2 years have delivered the most severe challenges to public health and well-being in the UK and globally since the Second World War. Graduates, I want to congratulate you and salute you in completing your studies. For many of you, the experience of long periods of semi-isolation during lockdown must have been traumatic, and especially so if it was accompanied by illness or family bereavement. And you've shown considerable resilience, patience, and fortitude. I also want to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues for your inspired hard work throughout this period. It was a significant feat to move to full online learning, and one which involved fundamental adjustments and engagement to teaching practices. As a school of arts, media and creative technology, this work has led to new understanding and sharing across media and communication platforms, which will influence our teaching for years to come. As a university, we continue to make considerable contribution to Greater Manchester and the North West, and we now have over 25,000 students in our 4 schools. In the recent National Assessment of Research Excellence, we improved in the league tables by a sector-leading 36 places. This reflects, I think, the high quality and impact of our research and the close relationship we've developed with the industry external partners. In this school, we have world-leading research in English, design, history, media, music, performance, politics, and others, and an increasing number of researchers who are dedicated to socially engaged practice. Our students and graduates, you've also excelled this year. And in broadcast media, 85% of recent TV and radio graduates are employed, with the majority working in the media industry. 2 MA journalism students helped deliver aid to Poland and the Ukraine border with the Ukraine Equestrian Relief Team. Salford journalism graduate Hannah Al-Ottman has won the prestigious Private Eye Paul Foot Award for investigative and campaigning journalism, along with her colleague David Collins at the Sunday Times. Graduands, your skills are increasingly in demand, not only in the creative and cultural industries, but also in other sectors of the economy, including health, service, manufacturing and construction. Finally, please remember that you are lifelong members of the University of Salford. We will remain in touch and want to hear from you to celebrate your successes, to work with you and provide support wherever we can. In 18 months' time, you will be invited to complete a survey on your employment, and I particularly request that you complete this, as it will provide vital information which will support future students and your university as we respond to government requirements. It has been an exciting year for our school and a year of significant achievement for our university as a whole, and as such, I'm delighted to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, the Chancellor, Lucy Meacock.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. Distinguished guests and graduates, how good does that sound? Graduates, I'll say it again. Very well done. You all look amazing, and well done for all of the hard work that you have done to get here today. On one of the hottest days of the year. I know it's really hot in these gowns today, but bear with us and we will get through proceedings as swiftly as we can so that you can go and celebrate. As Chancellor of the University of Salford, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you all to today's graduation ceremony to celebrate these awards that you've achieved. Very well done as well, of course, for getting here in this intense heat today. We're here to congratulate you all as our next generation of graduates, to wish you well and to tell you how proud we are of you as you embark on the next chapter of your life. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work for you, and recognising your success is rightly the highlight of the university's calendar. These celebrations, of course, have been a long time coming. This is the first summer graduation in 3 years because of COVID. What resilience you've shown getting through that. Everybody in this room has been affected by COVID in one way or another, and your achievements today are all the greater for the adversity that you have had to face and the challenges that you have overcome along the way. It's a pleasure, a privilege, and a great honour for me to share this day with you. May I also extend a very warm welcome to your family, your friends, and your supporters, whether you've come from just down the road today or you've travelled long distances to be here. You're all very welcome indeed. I would also like to extend a very special welcome today to some very special people with us, because wherever you end up working, I hope that one day you will find a colleague like the man who receives his posthumous degree from Salford University today. Tony Morris was a truly remarkable broadcaster, a wonderful colleague, and a great friend, whether it was in the studios at Granada Reports or elsewhere. So it's lovely to be able to extend a warm welcome to his lovely family, especially his daughters, Natalie and Becky, and their mum, Kim. Great to see you here. We all wish he was here with us, of course, but we'll share some of our best memories of him today, and we'll recognise his important contribution to broadcasting and also recognise how much he enriched all of our lives. And for those of you who weren't lucky enough to know Tony, remember the name Tony Morris, because he will always be a great inspiration and an important role model for all of us. So I hope everybody here today will take away some very special memories of an important day. Your university journey, of course, is a pivotal moment in your lives. Alongside your specific studies, you'll have further shaped your views on the world, learnt more about yourself, created memories, and I hope you've made friends that will last you for life. You've developed intellectually, personally, and I'm pretty sure socially. Whether you're moving on to further studies or new employment, or if you've already done so, or whether you're taking time to reflect on the opportunities that lie ahead of you, you can be confident that you're ready to succeed in whatever you choose to do. You've done more than study for a degree. The passion, the drive, and the determination that you have shown on your journey to date are all qualities that will serve you well in the future. So you have the academic skills that you need to go forward. But life's about so much more than that. You'll also need a bit of resilience along the way. I remember really clearly when I was starting out that it was criticism, a lot of it, and mistakes that taught me the most. Reading the news for the BBC for the first time about the Russian airline, Aeroflot, and I meant to say Aeroflot flight and said Aeroflight flot. Didn't have quite the same sound to it. Or when I had 8 goes at saying formaldehyde, because over autocue that stretches over 3 lines. I couldn't see where I was going with that word at all. But you know what? The next time, you just slow down. You maybe take a bit more time. The sheer horror of a mistake like that makes you read much more carefully the next time. You anticipate the pitfalls before they happen. So mistakes are okay as long as you own them, you tell the truth, you admit them, you learn from them, and move on. And then there were the jobs that I took that were a bit of a mistake as well. At one, they promised me a newspaper reporter's job in Chester, and they sent me to Mold in North Wales. Now, I don't know whether any of you know Mold in North Wales. It's a perfectly nice place. Perhaps there are some of you from Mold here. But I didn't know anyone there. I couldn't afford a car to get there, and I didn't speak Welsh. So people would phone up the newsroom, and I was a very keen young reporter, and I would always be the first to answer the phone, thinking it was going to be the next big scoop. And whether it was or not, I didn't have a clue. I had to hand the phone over to one of my colleagues and give the story to them. And if I was covering a council meeting at Clwyd County Council, they'd get to a really juicy story, and they'd all start to speak Welsh. Perfectly fair enough for them to do that. But it obviously was not the job for me. That mistake, though, was the best thing that ever happened, because I applied to BBC Radio, I got the job, and that was then the springboard that I needed into a long, successful career in broadcasting. Otherwise, I would still be in Mold today. The other thing that I found that you learn from is criticism. Now, no one likes criticism. We have to try not to take it too personally. When you work in television, believe me, everyone has a view. They don't like your hair, your jacket, you're too fat, you're too thin. Actually, I don't think I have ever been too thin. But anyway, you spend the first half of your career with people telling you that you look too young to be doing what you're doing, and the second half of your career when people think you're too old to be doing it. So the best bet is to find someone in life or someone that you work with, someone that you really admire, and ask them for genuine feedback. When you get it, thank them. Try not to take it personally. Listen and learn from it. It won't be easy. I have to admit, there were times when I went home in tears because someone had picked fault with something that I had done. But when I look back on it, they were right. They were maybe a bit brutal the way that they said it, but they were 100% right, because they had been doing the job a lot longer than I'd been doing it. The chances were that I could actually learn something from them. However, they also have a lot to learn from you. You are going to take broadcasting or the media into the future now. Never be afraid to speak up when you believe something is wrong. Choose your battles, because you can't fight everyone on everything. Speak up and get yourself a reputation as someone with the courage to voice an opinion. That might be the most important opinion in the room. It was a very long fight to keep Hillsborough in the news. Often it was a lone voice in a newsroom. Sometimes that voice was mine. And thank goodness we all did do our best to stand up for what was right there. Anyway, enough about my memories. You have all demonstrated your abilities, your skills, and your drive by just arriving here today. We're really, really proud of you. And you should be very proud of yourselves. I hope you'll also feel proud of us, your university. While we're here today to celebrate your successes and achievements, the time you've been studying with us has also been a period of many achievements for the university. Despite all of the challenges and restrictions that the past couple of years have thrown at us, we've continued to make progress with the ambitious plans of the university. The construction of our new Science, Engineering and Environment building in the heart of the Peel Park complex is now complete. It'll open its doors to welcome students with us in September. Earlier this year, our Energy House labs welcomed a visit from the MP Ed Miliband, the Shadow Secretary of State for Climate Change and Net Zero. He's quite a busy man at the moment. I heard him on the radio this morning. He was given a tour of the leading research facilities that are developing innovative solutions that support the UK in its mission to reach carbon net zero by 2050. The work taking place in our Energy House labs cuts right across research, policy, skills, and innovation to directly impact people's everyday lives while addressing global challenges. And our commitment as a university to finding ways to tackle climate change is unwavering. Never has that been more relevant than today. Recently, we were named as one of the UK's most sustainable universities after receiving a first-class award in the 2021 People and Planet's University League. We were also named one of the best green spaces in the UK for the third year in a row. The Green Flag Award is the international benchmark of high quality and best practice for parks and green spaces. Some of you have probably spent a little bit more time in nightclubs than the green spaces, but they are there. Our commitment to improving social mobility for young people was also recognised this year. This is a subject really, really close to my heart. The Higher Education Policy Institute's Social Mobility Index ranks Salford at number 6 in England and number 1 in the North West. That is up 8 places from the previous year. The findings look at how effective different universities are at delivering social mobility. As well as delivering on the government's levelling up agenda, we're committed to providing students with an education which gives them hands-on experiences that will set them up for life. I'm proud that the University of Salford remains at the cutting edge of world-leading research, innovation and teaching, working to secure a better future for generations to come. This year, we celebrated our Research Excellence Framework, or REF results. That is the UK's system for assessing the quality of research in the UK higher education institutions. We rose an impressive 22 places in that league table published by the Times Higher Education, with 78% of the research rated as world-leading or internationally excellent. Moreover, we were second highest riser for the impact of that research on the wider community and society. That's moving up 36 places. This is a university to watch. You, our students and alumni, have also been doing the university proud. More than 30 graduates from Salford's renowned MA and BA fashion design courses launched a new collaboration with luxury retailer Harvey Nichols in the Manchester store. Jack Whitaker, final year law student from Salford Business School, was named Future Lawyer of the Year. Charlotte France, who studied building surveying at Salford, achieved a milestone moment in her career that has seen her manage the construction and completion of the new £65 million Science, Engineering and Environment building, as I mentioned, on Peel Park campus. And Hannah Russell received an OBE in the New Year's Honours List in recognition for her services to swimming, following her gold and bronze medal success at the Tokyo Paralympics last year. I want to be reading out your names in that list in years to come. That's up to you. They are just a few examples of the many amazing things that Salford students and graduates have achieved. This is an exciting and inspiring time to be part of the university community. And today is about you, students from the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, graduating this year and celebrating your journey with us. It's also, though, about all of the people who have helped you on that journey to receiving your award today. Our team, alongside me today, of course, have guided you during your university career, and they have helped you to recognise and reach your potential. Your supporters, your families, your friends have also encouraged you along the way, offering emotional, practical, and I'm pretty sure often financial support. Now, I think this support deserves some recognition today, so I would like graduates, please, for you to stand up for a minute. And for all of those people here and elsewhere who helped, inspired, and encouraged you throughout your journey, please give them a big round of applause. Good applause. You can sit down now. Thank you for that. In a moment, of course, you'll be passing across the stage. I know some of you will be a bit worried, a bit anxious about that walk across the stage because I have seen your shoes. They look good, though, so who cares? Take your time. Don't fall over. Enjoy the moment because you have earned that moment. This part of your journey will end, but a new one is beginning. From today, you become alumni of this great university, joining a community of more than 200,000 Salford graduates right around the world. Please keep in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing, how we can help you, and how you can help us. Remember, this university is your university. Our successes are your successes, and your successes are ours. Remember how much you've achieved and how far you've come during your time at Salford. From navigating that online learning during a pandemic to finding new ways to develop relationships with teachers and your classmates. You overcame so much with determination and a willingness to adapt. It is such a credit to you. We're so proud of everything that you have achieved and accomplished, and you should be too. If you can graduate during a pandemic or its aftermath, you can do anything. And finally, I'd like you just to reflect on your abilities and your social obligations as graduates, and of course, ambassadors of the University of Salford. I would urge you to work for the benefit of others. Be a catalyst for positive change in whatever community you choose to live and work in. Seize the opportunities that life gives you. Cherish the memories of your time at Salford and use the skills and knowledge that you have gained here to be the best that you can be. With the skills you have, you'll be building a brighter future for all of us. I'm just going to finish now, you'll be relieved to hear, by saying to each and every graduate, be proud of what you've achieved, be bold in your aspirations. The future is now yours to make. And as we like to say at Salford, go out there and become unstoppable. Congratulations.
I now present Tony Morris to be posthumously awarded for the degree of Doctor of the Arts honoris causa. I would like to invite Paul Duckworth, Lecturer in Journalism, to present this award.
Chancellor, graduands, guests, I am delighted to present an honorary award today in memory of my dear friend, Tony Morris, who you will remember from his many years as co-presenter of Granada Reports alongside our Chancellor, Lucy Meacock. Tony Morris was many things: a presenter, a journalist, a mate, that ball geezer off the telly, his words. He was most proud of being a dad, and it's both my honour and my challenge to try and sum Mozza up in front of his two daughters. He was so proud of Natalie and Becky. One night after a particularly rainy late shift at our old Key Street newsroom, Mozza offered me a lift home. So, two big lads, both over 6 feet, squeezed into his sporty little Mercedes. As we pulled out of the car park, I asked, "So what are you two up to then?" He didn't stop talking until we pulled up outside my flat 5 minutes later, or for the next 5 minutes. When I got out of the car, my ears were ringing. Mozza never needed to shout, but when he needed it, he had that big voice that you could hear like a bell. And he was excited because he was so proud of both of them. So I can't do justice to Mozza like family, or like his great friend and colleague, our Chancellor Lucy. But I can try to tell you a bit about him and what he meant to people. Tony Morris was born in Portsmouth and raised in foster care from 6 months old, the only black kid on a tough estate. At 16, he went into the RAF. The forces taught him discipline and resilience, but also humility, empathy, and insight. After leaving the Air Force, his love of music drew him like a magnet to DJing and then to the BBC as a local radio trainee. One day, while working as a producer, the newsreader couldn't get to the studio. Tony put on a tie and presented the news. I like to think that's where his love of ties came from. The man looked good in a tie. And pretty much every male journalist at Granada has borrowed one from him at some point. He joined Granada in 2003 from the BBC's North West Tonight, and the viewers loved him straight away. So did his colleagues. He was there with Lucy to make sense of some unimaginably sad stories. From the cockle pickers at Morecambe Bay, years covering the Hillsborough family's fights for justice, his work with the Anthony Walker Foundation, and following the Manchester Arena attack. He was there also for the biggest sporting events, Champions League finals in Moscow, the Olympic parade in Manchester, and though it pains me enormously as a Preston North End fan, Blackpool's promotion to the Premier League. The empathy and insight he learned early in life helped him to tell those stories. And always foremost in Tony's mind was what the viewer at home wanted to know. So I'll let you into a little secret. We have a fictional couple at Granada Reports. They're called Jack and Edna. They're in their 70s and they live somewhere in East Lancashire. If a story was complicated, Mozza was the first to say, but how do we make sure Jack and Edna understand this? Tony knew you didn't make news for yourself. You didn't make it for fun, although it very often is fun. You make it for the people at home, the people who aren't just switching on the telly, they're opening their front door and inviting you onto the sofa. And maybe those people are Jack and Edna, who've not seen a friendly face all day. Maybe it's a single parent trying to feed 2 kids. Maybe it's a young kid in foster care on a tough estate who just wants to see someone like them on the telly. Tony Morris connected with all those people. As one viewer put it, when Tony died, he made the TV smile. Now, like any colleague or friend, he could be a pain in the neck. If Tony was in a rare bad mood, you knew about it. The headphones went on, the music blared out, and he'd be in his own little world for a bit. As a programme editor, working with Mozza did have challenges. Try getting him into rehearsals on time if there was any tennis on the television. But difficult moments aren't what I remember, so I want to share a couple of personal memories. In 2011, we covered the riots in Liverpool, and for safety's sake, we took one of the ITV pool cars. The only car they had left was a Coronation Street prop car. Now, this was a real car. We didn't have to stick our feet through and Fred Flintstone it up the M62. But this one had been done up to be used on the show as an undercover police car, which we were to drive to the scene of a riot. On the dash, there was a big switch with "Do not press this button" written on it. If you pressed the button, blue lights came on front and back, and it said "Police" under the front grille. Again, we were driving to the scene of a riot. Tony threatened to press that button about 38 times, and I only threatened to break his finger twice. When we got there, a small group of protesters set up camp, waited until we were on air, and proceeded to chant, "No justice, no peace, F the police," but they were not saying F. During a package, I strode over and asked them to keep it down. We are trying to make a TV show. They looked suitably chastened. As soon as we were back on air, they started chanting even louder. When they saw they weren't going to put Mozza off or bother him, they gave up. Mozza again had the viewer foremost in his mind when an austerity-era David Cameron came onto the programme to defend tax hikes that would hit low-paid workers the hardest. Mozza told him, "You can afford to do that, you're minted." After a conference in London, we were on the tube. Mozza spotted Ed Miliband on the platform, and he'd just lost a general election and resigned as Labour leader. As the train doors closed, Mozza shouted, "You was robbed, Miliband." I could just see a visibly startled former leader of the opposition trying to figure out who'd given him what might have been the only drive-by compliment of his political career. There are too many others to mention, too much life to sum up, and I'm probably not the right person to do that anyway. But working with Tony and with Lucy is still one of the honours of my career. To have been able to spend time every day at work with people like Mozza, that's no job at all. If he could give a message to you all now, about to leave uni and find your place in the world, he would say, don't wait, grab opportunities, heed the call. If someone asks you to stick on a tie and read the news, do it. You never know how many lives you might touch. So, Chancellor, I present for the award of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, Tony Morris. I would now like to invite Natalie and Rebecca Morris to collect the award on behalf of their father.
Such a special moment. By virtue of the authority vested in me by this university, I admit Tony Morris to the degree of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, and present Natalie and Rebecca with this award. Thanks, Keith. There you go. There you go.
Spontaneously combust, right? I feel that's necessary. Firstly, congratulations, absolutely amazing, and thank you very much for letting us be here today. Every time we drive through Salford or Fallowfield, or when he was taking my sister to Sheffield or me to Leeds, my dad would shake his fist like Homer Simpson and mutter generic statements about these goddamn lazy students, get a goddamn job. And so this honestly could not be more of a fitting tribute if it tried. If you knew Tony Morris, you knew he didn't love the news, but that he really loved his job. And his favourite part of the job was being able to talk to young prospective students who were considering a career in the media. And that's where his passion always really shone through. He could have interviewed the Prime Minister the day before. He stole loads of my speech, by the way. And I would never hear about that story. But then he would always tell me when there'd been a group of young'uns, as he would like to call them, that would come into the studio, and he would say, yeah, I think I actually got through to them. And always be just a tiny bit surprised that they loved him as much as I did. Everybody knows him as Mr. Granada Reports, alongside Lucy, for many amazing years. But his career leading up to that was very varied. He started his news career initially as a runner, effectively, for GMR, Greater Manchester Radio, eventually getting the opportunity to then read the news. He presented Inside Out on the BBC and Blouse and Skirt, which was a comedy showcase for black comedians. It was always very important to him. He then came back to the news as a reporter on North West Tonight, and that's what led to his incredible career at Granada. In 2 weeks, it'll be 2 years since we lost our dad. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to stand up here and honour him. And myself and my family would really like to thank Salford University for your hospitality and for letting us be here today, and for recognising the amazing and talented broadcaster that he truly was. I know he's here right now, watching me do this, telling me to stop crying, because he would never, ever let me go home without at least one massive smile, regardless of what had happened that day. From what I can gather, going into the medium is going to be super scary, so enjoy that. really competitive and a really, really cutthroat industry. And so, as it was his absolute favourite thing to do in the world, I'm going to leave you with one very important piece of Toni Morris advice. Do not be put off by what the job description says. Get your arse in the room and figure it out. Thank you very much.
Graduands and distinguished guests, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Research Awards from the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology. Each student will be presented individually for their award, and I would like to invite Professor Alan Walker, Dean of the School, to present these awards.
Chancellor, before making this award, it is worth pointing out that a higher doctorate, in this case a D.Lit, and I quote here from the university regulations, is awarded to graduates of the university or members of staff who are judged by external peers to have made an original and distinguished contribution to their field of research. They are awarded to those who have international leading distinction within their field of study and who have produced seminal publications. In the case of Professor Searle, who has been a member of staff at the university for some years, his contributions have been in the field of history. Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, I present for the award of Doctor of Literature, David Alaric Searle.
Is that the last postgraduate research award, Alan? Okay. Graduates and distinguished guests, sorry about that. We will now continue the presentation of the postgraduate awards from the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Seamus Simpson, Professor of Media Policy, to present these awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, I present for the award of Master of Arts, Digital Video Production and Marketing, Charlotte May. Joanne Usher. Master of Arts, Intelligence and Security Studies, Madeleine Ainsworth. Master of Arts, International Journalism for Digital Media, Kelsey Haslam. Victor Kayed. Hugo Orchard. Master of Arts, Media Production, TV Documentary Production, Mariam Ali. Christopher Andrew. Master of Arts, Media Production, TV Drama Production, Amelia Banerjee. Rebecca Harrison Mace. Master of Arts, Production Management for TV, Film and Digital Media, Stephen Hogg. Master of Arts, Terrorism and Security, Megan Metcalf. Master of Arts, Wildlife Documentary Production, Joshua Porter. Postgraduate Certificate, Digital Curation, Angelique Balzon. Enrique Tabone. Elizabeth Thurlow. Postgraduate Certificate, Journalism, Sports, Charlie Mulholland.
We will now commence the presentation of the undergraduate awards from the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology. Again, each student will be presented individually for their award, and I would like to invite Rick Michael, Subject Lead, Broadcast Media.
Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology, I present the award for Bachelor of the Arts with Honours, Animation, Paloma Angelin, Catherine Bayman, William Blanchard, Brendan Collard, Bethany Cook, Zachary Foster, Lewis J. Hargreaves, Jordan Howarth, Edison Jiang, Victoria Joel, Daniel Meeks, Sophie Munslow, Callum Paysell, Naya Radiva, Inez Vukrabat, Frankie Wood. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Contemporary History and Politics, Amy Collier. James Cook, Siobhan Mills, Maisie Narroway, Andrew Noon, Kieran Riordan, Joshua Rogers, Ebony Rollinson, and Lucas Spohr. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Contemporary Military and International History, Ben Aldous. Oliver Andreas, Samuel Berry, Rebecca Clayton, Emily Foster, Aaron Gologly, Tiernan McMullen, Samuel Nelson, Ellen Owen, Elizabeth Waters, Matthew Williams Leeson, and Thomas Zook. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Digital Media, Joshua Elliott. Piers Hilton Turvey, Millie Jones, Veronica Karchevska, Connor Martin, Joshua Martin Jones, Olivia McManus, Abigail O'Connor, Matthew Qualis, Nicola Regan, Lauren Sherwood, James Thornton, and Liberty Whitehorn. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Film Production. Ben Allen. Callum Atherton. Lucy Atkinson. Thomas Atwood. Edgar Backhouse. Sorry. George Bardsley. Emily Barrett. Jay Bennett. Brandon Birmingham. Bethany Betts. Owen Blenkinsop. Erin Botham. Finnan Bowles. Kia Brailsford. Rebecca Bray. Emily Briggs. Katie Brown. Joseph Buxton. Charlotte Byers. Michael Kalela Mucha. Adam Carroll. Hannah Case. Simon Churton. James Clare. Thomas Clark. Callum Cleary. Evie Crake. Alice Crane. Cameron Cuxey. Arne Daniels. Mitchell Day. Elizabeth Delahunt. Hyamina Demir. Jack Drew. Callum Donovan. Zane Dornan. Justin Dunton. Melissa Dutton. Alicia Eason. Casey Eccleston. Jarinia Elliott. George Ellis. Fern Evans. James Fisher. Zach Fisher. Lauren Foley. Nicholas Foot. Louis Franzini. Tom Fry. Joseph Garner. Devon Gordon. Tom Greenwood. Joseph Grundy. Imogen Hargreaves. Adam Harrison. Matthew Hay. Katie Holmes. Mozalfa Ilyas. Adam Jackson. Agatha Jagus. Nicholas Jennings. Joel Johnson. Kira Johnson. Eleanor Johnston. Matthew Jones. Megan Jones. Sophia Jones. George Joyce. Jessica Kehoe. Oliver Kemp. Shona Bella Lacey. Jack Laver. Harvey Lee Bramble. Charlotte Ledbetter. Benjamin Ledsham. Juliet Lemegre. Joshua Lenahan. Thomas Lewis. Romy Linney. Nikita Lois. Joseph Macaulay. Chelsea Makin. Rebecca Maloney, Benjamin Martin, Owen Massey, Megan Matthews, Grace MacDonald, Cameron McIntyre, Cameron McMullen, Muskan Memon, Marta Miadovic, Connor Miles, Michael Morris, Jasper Morrissey, Lewis Mulhern, Christe Newhall, Aristotelis Economou, James O'Neill, Talishan Owen, Rebecca Palmer, Harry Paul, Ben Pittman, Emily Potts, Alexine Puglisi, Ruben Quinoz Trinanes, Rebecca Randall, Oliver Rayner, George Redstone, Alfred Reed, Toby Redmond, Brodie Rogers, Julia Rudd, Regan Rudlington, Arwen Saunders Goldman, Evie Sellers, Joshua Senior, Thomas Settle, Millie Sheen, Ewan Simmons, Samuel Skitt, Jessica Smith, Charles Stackhouse, Oliver Stubbings, Phoenix Thompson, Jake Tripney, Molly Twizzleton, Mohammed Zainvazi, Charles Vaughan, Alexander Williams, James Williams, Kelsey Willows, Anna Volovitz, Yuhang Zhao. Bachelor of the Arts with Honours, Film Studies, Chloe Coop, Connor David English, Callista Gibberdi, Phoebe Hadaway, Anya Hudson, Joshua Lamb, Susanna Lukasevich, Lauren Manson, Keenan Roach, Emily Taylor, Matthew Trundle, Will Vickers, Alicia Wright. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Politics and Security, Adam G. And Jonathan Newman. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, International Relations and Politics, Shamel El Hathi. Fleur Armitage, Syed Askari, Charlotte Kent, Caitlin Matthews, Alex Schoen, Alice Smith, Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Journalism with Public Relations, Corey Bryans. Catherine Coyne. Taig Erin Dagnall. Rianne Doncourt. Oliver Donnelly. Bronte Geldart. David Graziosi. Olivia Molden-Williams. And Cara Wortley. Got it. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Journalism Broadcast. Fergus Adderley. Henry Archer. Nathan Bagnall. Eliza Barrett. Harriet Beddoe. Emily Berkeley. Jessica Blake. George Booth. Annie Brewer. Abigail Carrington. Molly Chapman. Courtney Davis. Ellie Double. Natasha Downing. Oliver Dunkerley. Harvey Fletcher. Neve Folkes. Harriet Haywood. Natalie Jepson. Samuel Ketch. Charlotte Lineker. Jennifer Morby. Amy McKenna. Lily McVeigh. Katie Morgan. Bethany Noon. Emma Norton. Charlie O'Loughlin. Tom Parker. Jake Pencuthman. Alice Peoples. Isaac Shelton. Marcus Smith. Matthew Spink. Jessica T. Stanton Tompkinson. Yar Twinaboa. Annie Mae Walker. Bachelor of the Arts with Honours, Journalism Multimedia. Charlotte Atherton. Catherine Austin. Patrick Bialkowski. Lexi Boardman. Jalen Bowmaker Barlow. Georgina Clark. Thomas Dibb. Millen Dudson. Anna Dugdale. Mia Duthil MacArthur. Harry Elson. Lucy Fieldhouse. Zoe Hamilton. Charlotte Hardman. Simone Harrison. Sophie Hodgetts. Paveen Kaur. Sadie Maud. Roberta McDonough. Charlie Parker. Neve Pugh. Archie Richards. Lewis Robinson. Yona Rogers. Claire Sellers. Victoria Smith. Chloe Spriggins. Isabella Sweet. Jacob Teagle. Anthony Walsh. Lauren Whitehead. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Media Makeup Artistry. Gabrielle Barrett Kaya. Clara Jane Bradley. Olivia D. Donato. Emily Disley Joyson. Carleen Eccles. Jennifer Goldsmith. Antonia Knight. Jodie McConnell. Michaela White. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Media Production. Adam Caldwell. Ethan Gregson. Samuel Heyman. Connor Lowry. And Jacob Mersey. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Politics. Hamad Al-Mutairi. Poppy Bezic. Gregory Colburn. Alexandra Cousins. George Jones. Holly McCormack. Lena Okere. Joshua Seed. Neve Worthington. Sarah Booth. Lyle Briggs. Apologies. Alexander Johnson. Nathan Little. Mary Ellen Mainwaring. Ryan Thompson. And Matthew Tomlinson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Television and Radio, Panache Chando. Yeah. Alexander Ratcliffe. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Television and Radio Production, Aidan Orton Rimmer. Max Ball. Thomas Bell. Kieran Bradley. Harvey Burns. Phoebe Davis. Bethany Davis. Toby Dinwoody. Joshua Easton. Kira Edgerton. Kieran Elliott. Harry Elvidge. Katie Farnell. Saskia Gaffin. Helena George. Samuel Gibson. Connor Gilmore. Virginia Gilmore. Holly Greenwood. Laura Griffiths. Aidan Gula. Anna Haith. Alice Hartland. Charlie Haynes Shuker. Niall Hegarty. Joseph Hillier. Molly Hilton. Abigail Hughes. Erin Hughes. Abigail Hyde. Tavy James. Emily Keating. Joseph Key. Harry Leffley. Jack Lewin. Timothy Lockery. Faye Maddox. Josie McIntyre. Daniel McPeak. Dimitri Michael. Rennie Monaghan Brown. Connor Mullane. Mia Nicholson. Saffron Noble. Alice Novobilski. Tegan Parker. Lewis Parry. Tobias Peaver. Harriet Porteous. Alexander Reeve. Matthew Robinson. Annabelle Romaine. Joseph Rossiter. Charlie Rumney. Mohammed Shoaib, Morgan Smith, Anna Spenceley, Miles Taylor, Kieran Thompson, Alex Thornton, Faith Tomlinson, Aidan Vincent, Rory Wallace, Jodie Warburton, Catherine Ward, Beth Webster, Abby Whittle, Laurie Williams, Daniel Wilson. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Games Design and Production, Freya Childs, James Crofton, Luke Durans, Rowan Fitton, Tom Galbo, Thomas Goodyear, Luke Hooley, Emmanuel Unashku, Joe Potter, JJ Preston, Mohammed Saeed, Mohammed Zaman. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Media Technology, Taiba Al-Hazim, Samir Ali, Enver Brown, Andreas Kaplanis, Aaron Lowry, Hamza Zagir, Sol Stansfield, Robert Veazey, Yasmin Yonuku. Bachelor of Arts, Ordinary Journalism Broadcast, Aaron Diskin. Go on, man. Foundation Degree Arts, Media Makeup for Fashion, Sophie Blake. Hannah Carling, Holly Davis, Nicole Ingram Finch, Jake Lawson, Annabelle Robinson, Megan Schramer, Molly Smith, Isabel Thomas, Megan Walsh, Emily Ward, Ashley Warrington, Hannah Wickinson. We have Foundation Degree Arts, Media Makeup for Fashion, Ugne Yake Taya. Apologies for that. Master of Arts, Media Production, TV Drama Production, Charlotte Lucy Soars. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, TV and Radio Production, Elliot Jordan. Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Film Production, Harry Bond. And Bachelor of Science with Honours, Media Technology, Enver Brown.
Graduates and guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite... Before I invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony, I would like to inform you that we will be taking a group photograph of all of our new graduates outside of the theatre on the piazza outside. Can I ask all guests to remain in their seats until the graduates have left the theatre? Graduates, please can you follow the academic procession straight out of the theatre to the piazza for the photograph. Thank you. I will now invite the Chancellor, Lucy Meacock, to close the ceremony.
Just a final thought from me. Tony, who we've heard so much about today, always believed very strongly that whatever your start in life, you can turn your life around and build a better future for your children. What an inspiration he will always be to young people. Well, for all of us. So I hope you'll take that thought with you into the future. So, on behalf of the University of Salford, our sincere congratulations to each and every one of you graduates. And now, I'd like you to stand, graduates, please. And I'd like you to put on your hats. And then we'd like to give you a very big round of applause. Yeah, how good do you look? So let's capture that moment, as Nicole said, on a great group photo outside. It will be hot, but bear with us. Just hang on and let's get a wonderful picture taken as a wonderful memory of a wonderful day. So I now declare this congregation closed.